Everyone, so today we have been working with the Databricks premium version. So if you don't know how to create a Databricks account to the premium version, I will just show you a very small trick in the upcoming videos. So let's go through like how the cluster are created and what are the benefits of going to the cluster inside the Databricks premium account. Okay, so as you can see on the top, I am been running my free trial, and that is for 14 days. So like if you see, like there are a lot of things that you will find it out. Like there are some sections like repos, you can have the things related to workflows. You can also do the partnership connect to integrate your particular Databricks cluster with multiple machines. So first of all, let's see how to create a compute. Compute is basically a cluster through which you will be running your whole account. So when you click on this compute button, you will be getting on the create cluster. Here just you can change the name. So like right now my name is Tushar Goyal, as you know, so I can change up the things. Like I'm just going to learn REGex. Now it asks you, like, do you want it to use this cluster for a single user or multiple user? So if it is just for single user, so you can choose single user, otherwise you can also choose shared. So if you can use shared, so you have to give the access control list, okay, for that, but I am just running it for the single user. Now it also asks you like which user wanted to run. So right now I just wanted to run for my own cluster, and I am the only single user, so I am just choosing my name. After that, it gives me like which of the version of Spark and Scala you wanted to use. So I'm going to use the same by default because it is more than Scala 2, and the Spark version is 3.0, more than 3.0. Okay, and if you see, there are a lot of options that you will find out. Okay, so there is an option called photon acceleration. It basically help you to accelerate your workload. Okay, but we are not going to go with this one. So we are going to use a very general purpose compute system that is about 14 GB of RAM, 4 core of CPU. So there are other machines, okay, which you can also do it. Like there are some general purpose hard disk machines that you wanted to use if you wanted to do some more computation. The memory optimized, you can choose it. You can also use some standard general purpose. You can also choose some GPU, but if you are going with GPU and any other version, so it will increase your workload, and it will just going to charge you some amount. So I'm just going with the default one, 14 GB and 4 core of CPU. Minimum workers means how many number of machines you wanted to run. So if you are running on a premium account, so you have a flexibility, like you can run multiple machine, but as we all know, like we are not having a so much of workload, so we can just make it a minimum workload as 1, and the maximum worker as 2. Okay, now you have an option like, do you wanted to use these machines, means you wanted to use this worker as a spot instances. Now we have multiple type of compute systems, like one of them is spot. So spot is very less, means it is going to be very cost effective, but you cannot rely on spot instances. The reason is because they are the shared resources that you get from one of the machine, and the Azure, and if you are working with any other cloud platform, so you need to know about these things. Like if you are going with the spot instances, and let's say if you make any mistake, okay, or let's say by default, okay, if you have put in some data into your spot instances, and the Azure and any other cloud platform have the flexibility, they can remove your instances. If they are going to remove the instances, so that means you can lose the data. So your data is not going to be reliable on those platforms. So please remember, don't go with spot instances if you are working with your Databricks account, okay, and your data is very important. So you have a feature like auto scaling. Auto scaling means like if let's say if your workload is going to increase, so it will automatically create another machine. So in that case, you have to define your maximum cluster size. Okay, so I have the minimum, so means I will be running my machine, one machine, and in case if I have a more workload, so it will create maximum 2 machines. So that is the minimum and worker nodes. So here you can also define like in how many time you wanted your cluster to be terminated. Then you have a tags. If you wanted to give a tag, just it's for the more information about the cluster, you can do it. Okay, I added a tag, and I can just click on create cluster. Okay, so it will hardly take 1 or 2 minutes, and your cluster will be ready. So it gives you the last thing, like how is your policy, how you wanted to use it. So it's a multi-node cluster or a single node cluster. You can see the option like it's a multi-node, and if you see, it gives you like what is the performance, like what type of version of Databricks you are going to use, and everything. And once my machine is ready, so that means you can just start working with your Databricks platform, and you are ready to deploy your services, you are ready to run your SQL queries and many more. So in the upcoming videos, I'm going to tell you like how you can use repos, what are the areas, how you can use a workspace, how you can design the workflow. So if you see workflow, you have the mechanisms, you can run your queries in an effective manner. Okay, so I will just show you all these things, so you can create a job, you can run it at a specific time that you wanted to use, and if you wanted to schedule it, you can also do that. So there are a number of things we will go and we will try to learn. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, like what is the Databricks premium account, what are the facilities we have, and how to create a compute system. So once the system or the cluster is created, so you can go to again your create section. Okay, so you see there are a lot of things like notebook, table, and so on. So you can just go to a workspace. So I'm just going to create a folder. So in this folder, I will be putting up everything. So once the folder is created, now in this folder you can design every notebook. So you see you have the languages of Scala, SQL, R, and supported. So once your cluster is ready, so your notebook will be attached with your cluster. Okay, so while other workings are similar, and if you wish, like you wanted to like implement this Databricks account completely free for lifetime, so you can go with a community edition. And I have already given you a platform like how you can create a community edition account. So if you haven't seen my previous video, you can watch it, and hopefully you will be enjoying these sort of sessions on Databricks. So thank you guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for giving your valuable time. Have a great day, enjoy, and see you soon with the new videos. Thank you, have a great day, bye.